Welcome back. Just going to play some games real quick. For it is late already. Well, it's not that late. Going to be some more games maybe. It's against the rogue, and we already have. I wanted to say always, but that doesn't make sense in this context. But we already have a harvest golem, and we did draw into a wild growth. Therefore, our first turn will consist of wild growth, and the turn after that I will play harvest golem. And the fact that he didn't play anything in turn 1 may determine that this guy is a miracle rogue, because aggro rogues usually do have a turn 1 play. But there might be another rogue type which emerged while I didn't really play due to Naxxramas. I mean, they got their own class card, which doesn't really do much in the Miracle Rogue deck. Might be a Value Rogue even, but this pretty much looks like a Miracle Rogue, although he already attacked, which might mean that he doesn't have any turn 3 play. Wow, okay. That is pretty weird. That is really weird. I mean, it works. It stops me for a turn. Question is, do I want to play aggressive here? Do I want to silence this guy, for example? How are the chances that this guy plays a Van Cleave? I mean, he doesn't have that many cards in his hand, and also if he... Well, he could play a Van Cleave if he plays some more spells, but he really committed a lot to that Harvest Golem. One Preparation down, one Eviscerate down, so he really fights for board control, which might mean that he doesn't run the thingy. So I think I'm just going to play this guy and deal 2 damage to him, because then I can clear it with my hero power, although I probably will not do it. But then I can kill it next turn anyways. I will probably just play the Druid next turn. That's a backstab into... Okay, Fan of Knives. Well, he's really committing a lot. So I'll just trade and Tauntal Charge. I do not really need to play that aggressive. I think since this is more or less a value deck, I should play for value and not that aggressive. So I will just play out the curve I have. And I hope I'm going to draw into an ancient pretty soon, because that would be very cool. This might eat the Wrath. This will probably eat the Wrath, because it's a very good Wrath target. Problem is I don't have any other play, so I could just kill it. Do I want to kill it? That's a question. I could also just go for his face, but no. Wrathing this would not do much. So I think I'll just play the Sunwalker and kill this guy. He might be able to kill it with a Deadly Poison, for example, now. But he will eat the 4 damage, and that bear killed 2 cards. He's got to have a Deadly Poison if he plays the Azure Drake here. He doesn't. Wow, that is a lot. I think this is worth a swipe. Because I don't want to get one of my taunts into the dagger range. If I would have killed the Azure Drake with that one, it would have killed this guy, and if I would have killed it with that one, he would have been able to kill it with his dagger, which would mean that he would have taken more damage, but okay, now it will probably be killed by this guy. But this is a very interesting deck. Probably means, by the way, that I might also just Wrath into Hero Power into Ascension. No, I'm just going to rack here and attack its face 2 times, and if it hits the Azure Drake, then I still got a rack, and if it hits its face, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. That was a good top deck. Yeah, this deck was pretty weird. I think it pretty much loses to not to every control deck because it seems viable, but it loses to the Druid because the Druid focuses heavily on value, and if both decks focus on value, you're going to lose against the Druid. It's pretty strong right now, but he also didn't get the cards he wanted, I believe. Okay, that's a pretty good card. Nice to have the Wild Growth. What about Keeper? I mean, I can play him in turn 3. Do I want to have it? I pretty much. What do I want to silence? Could be a Death Rattle Shaman, and therefore I need it for turn 6. So it's gonna be a dead card in my hand until turn 6, but it's always nice to have it. I'm gonna play this guy. I am bound to silence the Cairn with this guy. Maybe even the Sylvanas. Yeah, it's a Retro Shaman. Wow, the double Wild Growth. Question is, do I Wrath this guy next turn? Maybe I do. If he plays another one, or not another one, but a Death Rattle card, for example. Another one. That's interesting. What's he gonna do? Okay. Oh, that's pretty strong. I think I will just play the Ascension here. Because it helps to get rid of those guys. He might have an answer to that, like Lightning Bolt or Rock Powder Weapon. Or a Hex. I think this is pretty aggro-ish to hex this guy that early, but it might be necessary. I'm going to play another taunt here, because this ultimately deals with either all is board, which is not going to happen, or one of these guys and a Rock Butter Weapon. Okay, another Death Rattle. That is the card I wanted, pretty much. Could just silence one of these guys or just Wrath this guy, because I really want to kill one of them. But if I kill one of them after I Wrath this guy, this one is gonna die. So that's interesting. Also, I need to plan for my next turn. I pretty much want to play Ragnaros, although it's going to be weak to this board, but he doesn't have any removal left, I believe. I think I'm pretty much going to Wrath one of these guys. Wrath this guy, kill, or just swipe. I mean, the swipe wouldn't do much, I believe. So this always happens. I'm just gonna swipe one of them. Also kills the healing totem. Also, he doesn't have an immediate way to deal with the taunt, so he might have to run his second guy into that. Interesting. I could wrath this guy. Yep. Let me just do it that way. Couldn't play my Ragnaros here, but I think this was a stronger turn. I believe I've already made a few mistakes here, because I didn't know his deck. I didn't know any Shaman deck that... deck that runs to... What are these guys called? Okay, I need to silence the second one. And I hope this hits that guy. I need to silence the second one because I don't want him to get the Kathazad. Is it Kathazad? It's Kathazad, I believe. Summon something. Thaddeus it is. So I really need to silence the other one. Fugan it is, I believe. Yep. That's a pretty safe turn. Okay, I wish I had one more mana, but this is also fine. Please don't hit this guy. Okay. Not the best target, but still not the Ag. That is the most important part of it. I believe this deck still runs Black Knight. Or it swapped Black Knight out for Cairn. Which would be pretty good, because then I could just play the Engine of War. Also, Tasdingo dealing with 2 Spirit Wolves is pretty good. Because the... what's it called? Something with Spirit. Interesting choice again. I think I'm just going to play a taunt here. So far, this doesn't lose to... Thank you. That sniper rack, though. Really, this is one of the best racks I have had in a while. I mean, he didn't hit the Ag 2 times, and it killed Starlack, and it killed the other legendary guy also run. This time, however, I'm just going to use my swipe. Hit. He's down to 9, so I pretty much win this game. If he doesn't have anything game-changing. I mean, not even the Thaddeus would help him. He could play Fugan into Reincarnate. But not even that would help him. Like, yeah.
Well played.
I really have to get used to these types of decks. The Golden Moonfire, it's so strong. Gotta need the legendary dragon that gives my spells +5 spell power. And I can probably put it to a good use.
Malfurion versus Gul'dan.
It's a Warlock. I personally don't like playing against Warlocks, but this is a very good starting hand against Zoo, at least. This is even better. Better.
Bring out your
Wow.
dead.
The Undertaker. Oh, it's... I believe I should coin, innovate, keeper. Could also just wrath this guy, but that would be a waste, so I'm just going to keeper this guy. Also puts a good minion on the board. I mean, it deals with a lot of cards. It's weak against Soulfire. He doesn't have it. Pretty good. Let's just put some pressure onto him, although it's just 3 damage. But 3 damage is 3 damage. Now he's pretty much going to abuse the egg, and no. I just thought okay, that's interesting. That's a very strong turn. That's a very strong turn. So I do have some options here. The easiest one would just be to this guy. And I could also play a Harvest Golem, but no, I don't think the Harvest Golem is that important. Should just kill this guy, and hope he doesn't run Mortal Coil, because that would be pretty weak. Next turn I can Wrath this guy. Okay. So I decided not to put any pressure onto me, which gives me some choices. I could take the 2 damage and play nothing. Just Wrath. The problem with Wrathing this guy is obviously that I don't have any Wrath left then. And Wrath is a pretty good card in that matchup. Oh, the thing is, I am getting into a point of the game where I don't need Wrath but Swipe. So I should pretty much search for the Swipe, and therefore I'm just going to Wrath it and hero power it. Problem with that is, like I said before, that I don't have any Wrath left now. And Wrath is a very strong card in that matchup, but I believe I can clear his board, for example, with Force of Nature in turn 6. And I even can play a Taunt next turn. What the shit? That was pretty annoying. Wish I could play a Ragnaros here. This is pretty much going to be Lothab. That is a very strong card, though. I should definitely do the quarter, which they released. Oh my god. That's a very bad situation to be in, to be honest. Not going to clear a spot though, because I would have to use 2 to clear that guy. Also, I don't have a silence yet to deal with something. That's pretty good. Okay. He's with 2 cards, so I'm not even mad. I could put this into charge mode and just kill this, but it would be killed by the Harvest Golem. I'm still not out of the bad situation. So I think this is another Sunwalker, isn't it? I mean, he would run his spider into the shield and then possibly both cards into the... I'm going to play the Druid and of course hero power myself, because the Druid doesn't get killed by what's on the board, and even if he soul fires it, it doesn't get killed by the spider. I don't like that play, obviously.
I have no time for games.
That deck is pretty weird. I really dislike that. Can't play my Ragnaros for obvious reasons. This looks pretty bad. So I should obviously try to deal with the Savannas via Force of Nature, because if he gets one of the Treants, it's not a problem. Okay, that's pretty bad. I really don't know that deck. This is pretty annoying. Not a good situation to be in. Okay, that's a swipe. Doesn't do much. Literally doesn't do anything. So I could just drag here. Would probably hit one of these guys. If Rag would hit that guy, I would still be able to win. I could also swipe hero power. Swipe would kill that guy too. I could also swipe that. Kill that too, and kill that too. And that would just not be good. Not a bad target. Best target would have possibly be that guy, and right after that, wow, what is this deck? Oh my god, that is really fucking weird. That is so weird. I have never seen such a deck. I have not even seen such a deck in a stream or something like that. I don't think I can deal with that. That is such a bad situation to be in. I need another swipe to stay in the game. That is not another swipe. And that's a Black Knight. Also, quite a good top deck. Ah. Well, well. I mean, it doesn't have too much damage. That is the bright side. I need to get him to use the egg. Okay, he uses the egg. Oh. Is he going to have lethal? Looks like it. Doomguard, maybe? That was so weird. Oh, Soulfire. No? But is he just BMing me? Okay. There's a small chance to stay alive. Kill this, not kill, but attack this guy. Swipe this guy. Innervate. That guy. And then pray that he doesn't have another Siphon Soul. Or a Black Knight. He probably has something. So if you just run stuff into that, this doesn't get me out of the bad situation, but I can probably deal with stuff here. Oh, he's buffing that guy so hard. That was a mistake. Does he have a Mortal Coil? Okay, that doesn't look that bad. Problem is... I'm very low on health. I'm really low on health. So I need to kill that. These guys get killed. I need to play this guy and that guy and then kill this. I would have been out of lethal range by Soulfire if I wouldn't have killed that. But I think it is a risk you have to take. Because I don't want him to trade too perfectly. Baron Riven there. Why didn't he? Oh, okay. Well, I probably shouldn't have done that. But this deck was very weird. I really... no, I definitely shouldn't have done that. That was pretty bad. That could have been a comeback by me drawing into Savage Roar, and then I could have just killed him, but that was a very... Okay, I've said that a lot of times now. That was a very weird deck.